Is the business going to grow? I want to have a good answer to that. So when selling a business or securing capital for a company, we always want to be able to define what is the growth story, what are the catalysts, what are the future things that can be capitalized upon. So in defining growth objectives for a business, we want to walk through 4 things that will support that narrative. The first of these are a definable target. That is, what are the goals? What are the metrics being pursued? Is it revenue growth? Is it profit margin? Is it both? Is it customer acquisitions? What are these targets? Define them well, and that sets the stage. Similarly, are there definable pathways, mechanisms, means by which these things can be achieved? Right? A goal without a plan is a fantasy, but a goal or target with a pathway takes away some of the risk of thinking of the idea and purely brings it down to just the execution. And next is there a definable return on investment? We alluded to this in the last video that we made, but the question remains. If you have a target, if you have a path to the target, does it make economic sense to pursue that path? Again, we don't want to be selling $10 bills for $8. We don't want to be jumping over quarters to get nickels. But in business, if it costs a quarter to get $1, it usually makes sense. And the last logical question therefrom is, if you can pursue additional growth at a positive return on investment, how big is the market? How much of it can you get? And so a definable total addressable market for a pursuit, and perhaps the presumed amount of market penetration over a duration of time, or in increments over a duration of time, can be equally as important. So to summarize these 4 elements of a growth plan, of meeting growth objectives, we have definable targets, definable pathways, definable return on investment, and a definable market size. It's no mistake that the recurring theme in those are definable. Can they be crystallized? Is there a narrative? Is there a story? Is there something that can be both communicated as well as substantiated? So the last key we will take away from this is that after you clear the hurdle of the discussion of is there growth, and is there a lot of growth available, the question will pivot to how long can you profitably grow, right? If you have all of the resources in the world and price is nothing, and understanding that every time you throw the net in the water, there may be less fish that come back, having some sense as to how much of the market you can get before the return on investment of that growth becomes negative is important. And the reason why it's important is because it shows a level of understanding or a level of self-awareness. If you were to say, we can get every single customer in the world and there will be nothing stopping us, the believability of that is questionable. However, if you said we can get X million dollars of the market share, at which point we expect either the cost of getting more or the profitability of those people to get more constrained, then right, that's the way growth tends to happen. It's the lowest hanging fruit first, and then followed by more difficult, further off the branch. However, the goal is that as the business evolves and grows and becomes more profitable, it can afford to spend that money to get that further customer. And that's the progression of a business. That's the progression of a business's growth. And that's what makes a narrative believable. So that's the thought for today. Hope the week continues to go well for everyone. Keep pushing forward. God bless. See everyone next time.